July 19th, 2021, Wausaukee Village Hall, 428 Harrison Avenue, 6 p.m. Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Business with a guest, amend or approve agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Business with a guest, discuss, consider Wausaukee Business Association requesting permission to host a trunk or treat event in the campground action if any.
Okay, this is what I'm proposing, I would like to do, if we could, down in the campground, probably the sites by the showers, if we could have cars, they would pull into the sites, just pull in, pop open their trunk, maybe put a little bat or something from their trunk, they're not gonna be decorating the sites. I assume that trick or treating is gonna be Sunday the 31st from 1 to 4, because that's what it was in the past years. So I would think if we could let them set up at noon, that's an hour ahead of time, they'd have everything cleaned up and gone by 5 o'clock. The sun doesn't set till 6, so that gives me time. I will personally walk through the campground, make sure there's no candy wrappers or anything left behind. And if we could do that, I've talked with Jeff Townsend, and he said it would be okay if people parked in the decor parking lot, and then they could just cross Cedar Street and go in that gap in the fence, and come in there and do their trick-or-treating, whatever, with the people set up down there, and then leave. And then I figured since it would be daylight, so I don't know that anybody would want to set up any lights on their cars or trunks or whatever. But if they did and you guys thought it was okay, maybe we could offer electricity for $5 with $2.50 going to the village and $2.50 going to the business association. Because we don't plan on charging people anything for setting up down there, that's just like a courtesy, because like I know people, like we live out in the town and we never get trick-or-treaters out there. And I know it would be nice for some people to be able to see the kids in their costumes and give out candy. So that's what I'm proposing.
Are you proposing this along with the normal trick-or-treating around the village?
Yeah, because what I would do is we would do it at the exact same time, from 1 to
Right.
4, it would be open there, we're giving people an hour to set up and an hour to pack their stuff up and leave.
Right, you're not saying you wanna do this instead?
No,
Yeah, okay.
Just
Yeah,
an
that's
additional
right.
stop to.
Yeah, just,
trick-or-treating.
yeah, in addition to.
Would the businesses, most of the businesses set up?
See, that I don't know, personally, we would, because to me, I think it's better that the kids would go to the campground, we could give them candy there rather than having them come through our bar, which is how they've done for the last 13 years. So I think it would be easier, we just put a note up on the door, we're giving away candy at the campground. So I don't know about other businesses, if they would do the same thing or not.
Sounds like a good idea.
Anybody else got questions about it?
No, I think it's great for the littles especially.
Yeah.
I personally
Yeah,
think
it's
the
close.
board, I personally think should consider just allowing them to use the electric if they have lights, because that's probably gonna cost cents on the dollar
there's not-
for 3 hours for
Yeah,
LED
that
lights.
much.
I don't see a need to charge. If they're not charging, I think that
Yeah.
we should.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we should charge the business association anything, cause I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Be fine as long as.
So that'd be 12 to 5? And
what time you
Basically,
say?
yeah, 12, if trick or treating is 1 to 4, I would say 12 to 5, it gives them time to get in there and get organized and get out. And like I said, I will personally walk through the campground and make sure that there's no candy wrappers or anything on the ground.
We're closed, by the way, if you don't know that. The season runs from May 1st to October 15th.
Oh, well, then
So
there won't be any campers.
There are no campers
Yeah,
that will be there at that time.
I think.
I think it's a good idea.
I think
because
it's
it gives
promoting
you-
the village.
More candy for kids, so.
I think it's cool.
we need a motion to.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll make a motion that we allow the Wausaukee Business Association to host a trunk or treat event in the campground on, I believe it's Halloween.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Audience, anyone wishing to speak?
I will. Over by the pond there's a monument, and I've noticed that there's a lot of like lawn chairs out, and they smoke right there. I don't know if you guys can ask them to take care of it. I don't know if it's village property or if it's the housing authority.
I believe that bench and that there, I don't believe that's,
It's right by the monument that the family dedicated the pond.
oh,
Just so everyone knows.
Yeah, there's the same group of older gentlemen usually out there every day, unless the weather's really inclement.
Yeah, I'm not saying like they could just move.
probably belongs to the housing authority, right?
I don't know where the right of way is there. It's sort of
I
staggered.
don't think
here.
so, I think that's part of the village that goes right there.
I have- What is your concern, that you don't think they should be by the monument, or?
Oh, I just think, I mean, they were nice enough to donate the monument, and I mean, there's chairs out there, there's an ashtray. They kind of treat it like an ashtray, like that's, and maybe if they could just move it down, I mean, that was just my thought. If you guys can do anything, that's great. If not, then I just voice my concern.
Yeah, you're still in the housing authority, or could you possibly ask them and,
Yeah, I'll take a, I'll take a look at it and I can swing into Brian, cause I'm on housing authority too, so. Yeah. But I thought that was the village, but I'm not positive.
not sure, but we'll look at it, we'll get back.
Thank
to
you. Yeah, they were just nice enough to donate the property,
According to what I see, it's very close.
Yeah.
Are you concerned because you think it's not cleaned up enough?
No, I mean, you guys just did a great thing on the park there, and that family donated that pond. And I mean, if you look at it, if you drive by and actually look at it, I mean, there's chairs, there's barbecue. They kind of pick up, it kind of looks kind of trashy, and I know it's right on Main Street.
I think he thinks more of the respect of the family
Yeah.
that donated the.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that family was nice enough to donate all that for the park, basically. That whole pond, that's the way I understood it.
Yes, well.
Yeah, I just brought up a concern. If you guys could do something, great. If not, at least I spoke up.
No, we can look into that, Steve and I'll go over there and then we'll get with Brian, or a housing meeting would be at the end of the month.
We'll get a response back to you.
Okay.
Anyone else? Yes.
So, I would like to address what was said about us getting the liquor license for the Dark Horse at the last meeting. First of all, thank you to the individuals who stood up for us. We are very appreciative of your support. And Mr. Trace, if you had any questions about what we were doing in our businesses, you should have come to us. We would have gladly answered any questions, they addressed any concerns that you or anyone else have had. We're not trying to hurt Wausaukee or any of the people in it. On the contrary, we are very honest, hardworking people. We're raising our daughter here and we want nothing but the best for everybody in this community. We're very active in the community. I'm the president of the Business Association, and Scott and I are at every meeting. In fact, I thought of and made books for a scavenger hunt to raise awareness of our little-known assets and businesses. 17 businesses participated this first year, and we got great feedback from the businesses and the participants. Sarah and I started a supper with Santa so that families could come and get a free hot meal, and children could visit Santa and get a gift. As a local business, we donate to tons of fundraisers. We also donate to the Wausaukee School Booster Club, ice fishing team, powerlifting team, basketball team. We donate every year to Roger Jakey for the party that they have in the bowling alley. We donate to the Back to School program, and actually the last 3 years, we have gotten the Tavern League to donate $250 that the state matches funds for. So that's $500 that they get, basically. We put out a donation jar at the Chippewa for fireworks, and then we match what we collect from the customers. I do meat raffles in the winter months, and I buy like $700 to $800 worth of meat from Sal's, and then at the meat raffles, I tell them people can see how great the meat is there. I tell them how wonderful the people are that work there, and, you know, just trying to help the village. But instead of coming to us with your concerns and welcoming what we hope to be a thriving business in our community, you chose to slander us in public setting. We're very hurt by this personal attack on our character and business ethics, and we feel we deserve an apology in the same public setting. Thank you for letting me speak my mind.
Thank you. Yes, I should have, when I stated that, I should have not just called out, I'm sorry about that. I should not have done that. I should have stated Act 12 across the board for every business that's there. Everyone that holds a liquor license or store or whatever. So, my mistake, I shouldn't have said it that way, the way I did. I was being, trying to get across that, you know, I take my position seriously and professionally, and I uphold the duties as the president. I'll try my best to make the community as a whole a good place to come and visit, see, and enjoy our businesses and stuff. So I should have stated it across the board for Act 12 against all the businesses and stuff, not just individual. Sorry about that.
Is there anything you wanna know about what's going on and what we're gonna do?
Maybe,
Has it been easy?
maybe people would like to know, what's your plans for the place?
Well, first of all, there will be no smoking allowed there. It's gonna be different, it's gonna be cleaner, we're cleaning the place up, remodeling it a little bit. We're gonna focus mostly on food, we will be a full-service bar, but we plan on having some different foods. We're gonna have, Chicago-style Italian beefs and meatball bombers, homemade pizzas, a specialty burger that's got like french fries and cheese sauce on it. So, I mean, we got plans, we're gonna have video games for some kids there, and I'm just, you know, it's gonna be a cleaner bar than Chippewa. Not that I think there's anything wrong with Chippewa, but it's.
More family oriented.
Yeah, it's gonna be more family oriented and more food oriented there.
Are you gonna be open during like lunch hours, so people coming through?
Yeah, we're gonna be, I think we're gonna open at 11 o'clock.
Awesome.
That's good.
Okay.
It's gonna be great.
Oh, thank you.
Great.
Anyone else?
Thank you, Scott, Janine.
Do we need a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the recording 6.1.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We need a motion to approve the streets committee. Need a motion, guys?
I'll make a motion to approve the street committee minutes from 7/7.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Village street report. Discuss, consider replace valve on Harrison by Sal's in conjunction with the water main tap for the new water lateral in the SNBT building. Action if any.
So the street report first, and the first is-
Oh, excuse me. Village street report first.
June, you met with the contractor for,
We'll discuss that next step.
the Lions garage move?
Yes.
What was, anything definite yet on that, or no?
I got a quote back. I don't remember, I think it was,
Moving the building is 65.
yeah, that's what it was.
37 for the slab.
It's gonna fall within
The dollar
the
amount
dollar
that we.
amount that all three entities agreed to.
Actually, tonight, when you approve the bills, you're approving both each contractor wants 50% down payment, both in the slab and moving the building. They're in there.
Okay.
That's moving this one.
Moving
This building here over
to the Lions Club.
the Lions Club property. Yes.
Well, I'm all for that, no matter what it costs.
Yeah.
And what did you say the total was? 6?
Should be
About
around
62, is it?
65 to move the building.
65 for the
37%.
building move, and then 37 and some change for the concrete.
10-2 in each, the Lions Club, the village, and the fire department, each,
We agreed to go at least 5.
agreed to go to 5 for each entity, so we're gonna make it well within the 15,000, which is great.
And And the whole reason for moving that building is to make it easier for fire trucks to get in and out of the
Right.
fire department. That's how the whole thing got brought to the table.
Oh, Junior, I'll probably see you tomorrow, but I need to find out, or if Sarah's got the cost of those tables. I got a couple of people in the village that wanna know what those cost. They like the tables that you bought for the park down below, the
Okay.
new ones.
I can get you that
And they're
information.
interested in purchasing for themselves.
Okay, I can get you that information.
Any other questions for Junior? The streets report?
Oh, so you don't know, the contractors are at the bank now and starting demo work, and Junior will be moving some stuff out tomorrow that needs to be moved. So the progress on the bank, if you haven't noticed it, which is sort of hard not to as you came here tonight, is, begun. So,
Do you know how much they've taken out of there yet?
They ripped a couple of walls and stuff out.
Okay, but cabinets and so on and all that
Cabinets
stuff.
are all still in place, that's all the stuff I gotta move out.
Okay,
I gotta get all the desks, all the cabinets, anything that's not basically nailed down is the village's responsibility to get out of there.
in case the village or business association needs to know, there's a lot of desks and cabinets and stuff still in that bank from when it was a bank.
Right.
And it's, like Junior says, he's gotta get it out of there. You know, it's going in the dumpster, so if anyone wants anything. If you wanna look at it, I'm not saying.
So free to any of the businesses, anybody owns a business, if they need something like that, is that what you're saying?
I'm sure the village would give it to anyone, wouldn't they?
They're gonna throw it in dumpsters. so
It's
sad.
gonna cost us a tipping fee to get rid of anything that we don't get rid of, so, cause I'm gonna have to haul it to the dump. So,
Okay.
so if anybody is interested,
Some chairs. Some chairs. Should've checked that blind, it's right on.
there isn't a whole lot of chairs in there, there's only, I wanna say 6, maybe 8. I mean, if somebody's interested, I guess, but they didn't, they're good quality, I just don't know what you use them for.
So anyway, need some cabinets for the garage or something.
4-legged.
Anything else for Junior? Discuss, consider replace valve on Harrison by Sal's in conjunction with the water main tap for the new water lateral at the SNBT building. Action figure.
We know the valve has to be replaced from the,
Yes.
we had a water leak.
You have to replace that valve, and now would be the time to.
And absolutely, and when they're
Turn on the
shut,
street.
they have to shut the
Street pump.
main down to tap it, because it's, as Junior said, it's full tap. Definitely would be able to do it at the same time, obviously.
Yes.
Possible. And I don't know if you can talk them into digging 2 holes at the same time, or,
Yeah. I already talked to the contractor about doing the work at the same time they do the,
I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
all he asks is that I order the parts, so I've already contacted, Core and Main and ordered a valve and valve box, so it can all get done on the same day. One road closure and get it all taken care of.
and we need a motion.
I'll make a motion that we allow Junior to replace the valve on Harrison by Sal's in conjunction with the main water tap for the new lateral at the tank building.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Right.
Opposed? One more question on that, Junior. Did they say approximately how much it would be to replace that?
He did not give me, an estimate, I can ask him for one, but it's
We gotta fix it.
it's gotta be done, and it ain't gonna be any cheaper than the contractor that's already gonna be there, so,
Right.
Is the water gonna be shut off for a while?
yeah.
Do you know what day or anything?
I do not have that information yet, they haven't given me that timeline, but I'll try and get notices out as soon as I do know.
yeah, because we gotta let Sal's know.
We're gonna try and figure out.
We're not
how it'll be
100%
affected by
sure
it.
if it'll affect you down that far down the alley or not, but whoever's gonna be affected will, because Sal wants X amount of days' notice so he can plan signage for parking and stuff like that, because a section of the street will be closed from certain side coming this way. So,
Utility report. Jeff's not here, so Tyler.
Yeah, Jeff's not here. He said that he's still out for at least 2 more weeks. Or I mean, he could possibly come back within that 2 weeks, but last Tuesday he said that he's on new medication and doctor told him at least 3 weeks, so.
till he can safely drive.
Yeah.
He'll be on light duty for a while.
If he came back, he'd be on absolutely no lifting, anything, so. Yeah, he said he's good.
Any questions for Tyler?
The report's
Tyler,
kind of
Did you,
small, but.
excuse me, did you, get with, and coordinate to get that signature on that CMA report that has to be in by the, what is it, today or tomorrow, 21st?
CMA report, I'm not sure. what
That report you said you were filling out, but you
Oh,
have to sign
yeah,
it.
yeah, I got that today. I did that today.
Okay.
It's
All
due
right.
on the 21st, yeah.
I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, no, he, I sent the pictures and stuff to him and then he told me he got it done earlier, so.
All right,
Good to
thank
go.
you.
Yep.
Discuss, consider selecting alternative pump for well number 4, action if any.
You guys should have an email from Maya, she got more information from CTW. So you know, there's an issue with the pump, because there's a lower yield with this well. So, basically 2 options as far as CTW is concerned. Line shaft turbine pump or the submersible pump. Dean called today and of course is in favor of the submersible, which I think you are too, aren't you?
I kinda think that's the way we should go.
I'm definitely in favor of submersible.
It'll be a smaller submersible, so it'll be easier to lift out and pull.
Well, it's a cheaper pump
You can
too.
change- and You can change it, the pump or thing in one day.
Right,
The other one, I think you have to have a crane. And
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And there's that.
Plus,
And
it's
as far as not being able to use the right angle drive, we ever find a place to do another municipal well that can produce the water capacity that we're looking for, we can use the right angle drive there. There's already gonna be a generator in place at this new location, so I think the submersible is, the way things are falling into place, I kinda think the submersible is the way to go.
according to what they say here, spend an extra $14,000 just so we can use the radio drive we have sitting there.
It is a change order though, so it does require a motion, if that's the way you want to go.
I'll make a motion to go with the submersible pump for well number 4.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion to approve the bills. You need a motion to approve the bills.
Make a motion to approve the bills.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Treasurer's report.
Your statement of financial position for the village, you're gonna look at the SNBT money market account. I'm sorry, yes, the SNBT money market. We've gotten 2 draw requests from the building, one that reimbursed us for the acquisition of the building itself, and then one, for, that one was 95,000 and 98,000, is for reimbursing us for the last year of engineering fees, so, that would be the huge jump that you see at the time of printing in the SNBT money market. Otherwise, nothing really significant to report unless you have questions on either the statement of financial position. You can see all of your bank balances at the top of each one. If that it over, I just wanna let you know one thing. This was from Sarah Hines. She is the architect on the SNBT project. They sent a memo about an hour ago. It's basically a bank building project update. She says, past few weeks, we had the pre-construction meeting to kick off the project with general contractor and subcontractors. We'll be starting our progress meetings on July 26th, and they will occur every other week at 11. So I will be here on Zoom. I think there's, she's got Zoom, links. I would think that some of them will actually be at the bank, because the majority, well, not the majority of the contractors, I guess they all take turns. But, if they're at the bank, you're certainly welcome to attend. Otherwise, they'll be here on Zoom. You can call me the day of, and I'll let you know where it's at. Upcoming work will include asbestos removal to begin July 26th, and demo and removal of non-asbestos items anticipated to start the week of July 19th, which that did start today. Contractors working on a complete schedule for upcoming work. After demo is complete, construction is anticipated to be substantially complete on or before December 17th, 2021. What a Christmas present, huh? Yeah.
I was expecting the 20.
Yeah, no, this is substantial completion is December 17th, so we will have quite the library for Christmas. And that is all they really gave us right now, because it's pretty much just the beginning of demo, and they started today. So that was the bank update. The other update that I wanted to let you guys know is that, obviously you know that we're a $500,000 short on what was supposed to be a free project for the bank. It was 100% funded by grant funds between CDBG Public Facilities Grant and a CDBG Closed Grant that we got from the county. Obviously things didn't go our way, and we are a $500,000 short of the 1.545 base bid, plus engineering, plus contingencies, all those things. And if you want to add in the bid alternates, we're looking at 1.9. Anyway, I started talking with the county, I started talking with John Briscoe, and he put me in touch with John LaFave, who's the county administrator, and he was kind enough to put me on their administrative committee agenda for last Thursday morning. And their committee approved the $500,000. I cried all the way home, just so that I throw that in there. 'Cause I was
It's
happy.
still gotta be approved by the board.
So
It's a
So
big step.
much like happens here, once something passes committee, it means the committee has done their due diligence and done their homework, and it goes to the board as a formality. But I will definitely be in attendance there as well. But as it looks right now, I think this is once again going to be a free project, because I found $500,000. So
Sarah.
we'll see what happens on Tuesday, and I'll keep you informed. But I really wanted to let you guys know.
That's this coming
I think
Tuesday?
they meet the last Tuesday of the month, so, whatever that day is, I will be there, and, yeah, that's all I got. Unless you have
Is that
questions
gonna
for me.
be the same day as the Zoom meeting?
What Zoom meeting?
July
Progress.
20, the
Progress.
SNBT
19th, no,
progress?
26th that's a Monday. They're always gonna be Mondays at 11. I believe she said every other Monday, but yes, every other Monday at 11.
Okay, and the county board meetings
They're
are
on
Tuesday?
Tuesdays. So, that's all I have, unless you have questions for me on the treasurer's report that you have in front of you.
To add on that, I want to let everybody know that Sarah did have vacation day planned. She did this on her own time and made the effort to go and make the village present that I knew she was going, but I didn't know how the outcome was gonna go. I came in this morning anticipating good news, but I didn't know what to expect, so I just wanna say a big thank you for me, at least, and because she put the effort and did the legwork, and there's also some people in different parts of the county that really want this project to go through too.
I'll clap for that.
Thank you, sir.
Committee reports. Streets Committee. Discuss, consider, review committee recommendations to correct driveway construction across the village sidewalk and 618 Wausaukee Ave action plan.
Okay, we went we had a committee meeting and we went up to discuss this driveway. Was our Pat and Junior's understanding that if they were gonna put this driveway in, they might add a little 6-inch step to it and run it flat across and flush with the sidewalk to the west side of it, which probably would have been okay. But in reality, you can't have a step in public sidewalk. Where there's, has to be walking area, you can't have a step. If you notice, we put all these new sidewalks through the village, everything's a ramp on the corners. Where there's a crosswalk, it's a ramp. These are OSHA laws and American Disability Act. And even in, building codes, a step can't be any more than 7 inches high. Well, they put the driveway across the sidewalk 14 inches high. And we discussed it. We thought about letting them add another step at the bottom on the east side and running it way out with a ramp to the west. But in my opinion, I don't think that's a good idea, because if someone does go through, even someone from out of town looks at it and says, oh, I'm gonna call OSHA. Well, we said that we let them do it, someone's gonna pay a fine. OSHA fines people, they don't go around. And, so as far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna recommend that we have the homeowner remove the driveway, where the sidewalk, have the sidewalk replaced as it was before. And if they still want the driveway in, they can go down to it from the street, go back up on their property. Even if they have to go deeper into their property, it's up to them. But the sidewalk needs to be replaced as it was. And it'll also take care of the water that runs down, because that is lower than the street and lower than the yard or property that they're on. So it's almost like a trough where the water runs down. So that's what I'm gonna recommend to the board that we do. I know there's other members of the committee that were there, Daryl was there, I don't know if you wanna say anything?
That's a huge step, what's there, and it's wrong. Definitely, I agree with Steve. I think after seeing it, waving everything out here, I think it should be removed.
I don't know that it can be removed. I was told by Tom's Concrete it can't be removed.
It can be removed. I guarantee you it can be removed.
They might not want
I
a
worked
jackhammer will remove it.
Diane, I worked construction all over the state of Wisconsin, big buildings, little buildings, 14-story buildings. Believe me, that little piece of concrete there, that can be removed in no time at all.
So did the board come up, or committee come up with a recommendation?
Well, you see on your report there where we have option 1 and option 2.
Yeah.
That's what the board, that's what the committee came up with to decide, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm for option 2.
Back in the beginning of your packet, in the streets minutes, you'll see it's listed out option 1 and 2.
Okay.
That's the regular one, Matt, the streets one, probably the next one.
Well, here
There
it
you
is, okay, option 1 and option 2.
Based on what the street committee is saying, I'd make a motion that we have the homeowner remove the driveway in its entirety at their expense, replace any damage to the sidewalk, and for any replaced driveway, need to make sure that it's up to code and it's following all Americans with Disability Act laws. It's against the law right now, unfortunately, and it needs to be back into place.
I'll second, or, well,
Go ahead, you can second.
Somebody said,
After you say,
yeah, I'll second it.
I heard you first, so, I have Steve second on that one.
Okay, I second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
What's my time frame on this? I don't have a lot of money to do this.
Well,
It took me a year to save to put that in. And it's not, I know it's not what we all wanted. You know how much it's gonna cost?
Part of it should be on the construction company, cause they should be building by code.
you know, yeah, something like Tom's Concrete should come back.
Yeah, I can't believe he did it anyway. We're willing to work, I would say we're willing to work with it, but it goes without saying it should still be done within a timely manner. Because there's people that live around there and people that do use sidewalks, so.
I would say at least before October, before Halloween.
yeah, you can't
When
push a
those
stroller or
kids-
something like that, or
Yeah.
a wagon.
Definitely should be done.
Do we put some barricades or
Put a cone there.
some cones and stuff, or so people?
Yeah, you probably should come on both sides.
I mean, so,
Barricade that off up there.
That's liability.
Yeah.
Those signs up.
yeah, we have to do something so we're covered that way. I would think that Tom's Concrete, like you said, I mean, they do that all the time, they should know that.
Yeah, if you build a house, you can build something, it's on the contract.
You should go after them and tell them.
Yeah, man, yeah, they're required to build by code.
I was going to, but I thought it was further.
I even checked in the international building code. But you can't have a step in front of a yeah, whatever, sidewalk. A public sidewalk can, because it's a walking area, it's gonna be
All depends what sidewalk, what kind of, what they talk about. Okay, so what do you figure, just before October?
Let's say by October.
Okay, we discuss, consider quote for a single seal coat for Kufka Road, North Avenue from Village, Winnesu County seat, action if any.
Coming back, we had a discussion on that, we talked about that seal coating that road. And, we had a price on here too, right? 12,000.
I don't have quote. It's on your desk?
Yeah, I forgot to give it to you.
Some verbal as well.
He's got one, it's just, didn't make it to my desk.
Thank you for your input on that.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go home, cause our neighbor worries us and our daughter's home, so.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How much?
12,000.
Steven?
discussed with me at this point, right? When we had this meeting?
Yeah. What's our street repair budget?
Yeah, I mean, we had discussed that.
We have
Yeah.
money in the street.
Yes.
Budget is 40,000.
Steve recommended we do it with Steve.
Yeah.
I would make a motion that we align with the Wausaukee and take the estimate that we received from Scott Construction to single seal from North Ave and Camper Road from the village limits to County C for the quoted price of $12,000.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
I,
Opposed?
Yeah, we done that for just the
Yeah.
cost more to get the federal government.
Okay. Discuss, consider approval of amendments to a 5-year streets improvement plan action plan. What we did was restructure our
Yeah, we kind of
Streets.
restructured where our
priorities.
priorities are. It's on this sheet, you can all see that sheet. So,
I did an amendment to the, LRIP program. We had a grant for County C that obviously didn't happen. We didn't get the MSID funds, but we were awarded 14,000 something, us, Niagara, Pound, somebody else. So, I did a substitution. You could do one substitution per biennium for the LRIP program, and I did substitution for this Monroe, Milwaukee project. So we're just waiting to hear on that, whether or not that will be approved.
The section on Monroe and Church, how did that, was there a water leak there, or how did that section get all ripped up?
Yeah, there was a water main right there.
yeah, a couple of years ago, wasn't it? Winter?
Yeah.
Whatever.
But all of these, if you look in the pavement ratings, all of these, the last reconstruction was 1972. They're ready,
It's been a while.
a few years.
My speed bumps are still there.
I make a motion, we approve the amendments to the 5-year street improvement plan.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Preda's report. Thank you from the Wausaukee Back to School program. Phyllis Wausaukee, thank you for your donation to the Wausaukee Back to School program. Your support and generosity are greatly appreciated. Your donation will help us to continue to provide backpacks, school supplies, hygiene products to needy students who attend Wausaukee School. Thank you for your kindness. Wausaukee Back to School program volunteers. And again, a quick thank you to the veterans and active service members who march in the Independence Day Parade. It's nice to see we have
17 or 18
that's pretty good.
volunteers from all over the place that, again, just agreed to march, and Daryl on this awesome trailer, that was really great. The ones that couldn't march, thanks, Daryl.
Thank you.
One comment on this too, just everybody that's seen the freighter is aware of what the fire department did there and the volunteers that were in it. I was at the fire district meeting today just before here, and they've been asked to go all over the place, and even asked to do it again at other times and places. But quite obviously, they got day jobs and everything else, but there's also a feeler out there from a veterans organization that's still got some World War II vets out there. They wanna plan a thing where that float can be there with those individuals and those World War II vets to do that. The details haven't been worked out, but they are trying to make it happen. so. Just thought I wanted to bring it up for information. So. But it was very well received. They went to Crivets, they went to town of Stevenson's, whatever they have over there. They're gonna go up to Amberg yet. There's some other people that would like to have them come, but how that shakes out, I don't know. But they've still got the commitment up in Amberg to make yet. But they have people who wanna come. So it's very well received. Big thank you.
It was good.
This NBT report is a project update. Okay, so Mac mentioned it all. Old business, discuss, consider quotes for Wi-Fi installation and service at Evergreen Camp, action if any.
So, the Lumen, that's CenturyLink, that stands alone. Astria, the way they operate is that they would also need, this Flex Technology Group to come in to actually provide the Wi-Fi. Astria, how do you say it?
Astria.
Them. Thank you, everybody. They would provide the cable, then this Flex Technology Group would provide actual Wi-Fi. So it would be these two versus this one, when you're comparing how it works.
You know, we've had both and just throwing this out there, Astria's better than.
Right, and a lot of people do say that. The problem is that it comes in two packages because they can't provide the Wi-Fi.
Right.
They can provide the cable, and they can't provide the Wi-Fi, whereas CenturyLink provides both, so. Yeah, you know, whereas they're probably cheaper up front. Now you're paying two people, so that's really something that you guys gotta look at closely.
You know, yeah, I think, was it Lumen on the end, I mean, they were cheaper for one, by the end result versus.
Yeah, right, what happens after your
After your 3 years.
36 months?
After your 36-month contract, it would be a lot cheaper than, well, not a lot, it would be cheaper than.
Lumen Levy?
Yeah. But
Do they have fiber optic? You guys have been talking about that every meeting, are there?
there's
Yeah.
fiber right,
Well,
Cedar
the good-
Street and, Fairgrounds Road, there's there's fiber there, and there's fiber also at, I think that would be Astria, but.
See, the good thing of it is, we got several people around there, that new house that's going out Pike River Road, going east from whatever. That one reason the person that built that sold it to the person now is couldn't get Wi-Fi or not. Decor's gonna be able to get Wi-Fi now from cable instead of however they get it now. And that, it's just not, us getting it there is gonna give a chance for other people, because they're gonna bring enough fiber to us, gonna handle us, who will probably handle that other customer down the road if they want to.
I see you don't want that at all. I mean, what are we better off doing? We're better off staying with the phone companies?
I think one bill's better than two. I mean, my aspect is the one can provide it, the Wi-Fi, but they can't maintain it, so we're gonna be paying the one to provide the service, and we're gonna have to have the other person come in and maintain it whenever we need
So
it.
what you're looking at for 1G between, you know, CenturyLink versus.
Astria.
Thanks. You're looking at $15.90 a month from CenturyLink, no down payment, or $15.50 a month with a $5,000 one-time install fee. So you're gonna save $40 a month, but this is a 36-month term. Good calculator.
$5,000.
So that, you know, so.
36 months, you're paying $40 a month more for 36 months, or you're paying $5,000.
Yeah, it's either 5,000 upfront with these guys, or
But you don't have that.
or with this one, there's no upfront cost, just the monthly fee. So it comes down to, do you have $5,000 in your pocket
I have found that, when you have two companies and there's a issue, it's harder to resolve.
It's a blame game.
That's ring around the rosy.
But either way, it's still $15.90 a month, which I'm really impressed with the performance of the park. Best year we've ever had in Evergreen Park for the entire year has been $12,000. We just passed 26,000 today, and it's only half the season. And I'm really impressed, but it does come with a hefty price tag. We do have a $40,000 loan payment, okay? And whatever else we don't know yet, because this is new for us. We haven't had a campground that's succeeded like this, and what additional cost is that gonna be, and more wear and tear on the facilities that we never had before, so. I mean, we were just at a campground this weekend and had Wi-Fi, and it was awesome.
Well, I know there's several people that love the campground, but they said, I thought you were gonna have Wi-Fi. So there are people that are really happy with what we did with the campground, but they're really looking forward to the Wi-Fi and the internet capability, so I guess we've just gotta make a decision.
That's my issue.
Do you have to pay that year round even when campground's closed?
For the first 3 months, first 36 months, 3 years, after that, it's gonna drop.
Yeah, or I think that we did have the option to pay like the $25,000 install. If we paid the $25,000 install, then we could just have it for the $500 a month, I think, $400? It's like $400 a month.
$400 some dollars.
But we'd have to pay the $25,000 install. This option is because we just don't have that laying around.
Yeah, that's
That's an extra 19,000 a year.
It's really, really healthy.
Yeah, most of these companies nowadays wasn't that way back in the old days. Now you gotta pay for the construction and pay for everything. So that's where they're getting, that's where this high monthly rate is. After the 36 months, then it's drops down.
You wish it was here. I wish it was here.
Seriously?
You're really
Yeah,
limited
you
on
don't
our
have an
options.
option.
Right, be a competition, you probably get.
So I don't have the right answer. I think we get more business if we had Wi-Fi, but will we get enough business to cover this cost? And I don't know that answer. I'm not even gonna pretend I do.
How's the cell service there? I've never paid attention.
Everywhere in the village. Cell service? Everywhere in the village is great.
Yeah, cell service.
Unless you have AT&T.
Unless you have
Yeah.
Unless you have right.
There's one Chippewa in my house. Just go figure.
So do we wanna have action on this, or do we wanna kinda wait a little bit and figure it out, or?
If we wait longer, will the prices go up?
The price could change, but.
Price would probably change if yeah.
We have a better idea on how our finances are working with the park. And some of this other stuff, by the end of the year, the bank completion might be done. A lot of things are gonna shake up. And then
So let's revisit this during budgeting season, which is actually right around the corner. And when we really get into it, mid to late September, early October, we might have a really good handle on what our final park numbers are gonna be and what that looks like going forward for next year.
And then maybe we could swing it and do it a lot better financially.
At least figure out if it's worth it.
Right.
Are we gonna come out?
Yeah. We know we're making more money than what we did, but.
We don't wanna do it at the end of the year.
I really think we do. I don't know.
Yes.
Has anyone rebooked for next year that's already camped this season?
I don't have next year's
You can't make
reservations open.
Oh, so you
Um,
can't pre-book for them?
I did not do that yet. So in this software that we have, you have to set up rules.
Okay.
And the problem comes in when I'm trying to work with other organizations like the Baseball Association, and you guys have your tournaments and stuff. I don't wanna let people start booking, 3 years out for a pavilion.
Oh, okay.
And, here you're trying to have a baseball tournament, now so-and-so's having their wedding reception on, and the playground's full, and so it's hard I don't know, I'm still working out what the best way is to do that, cause I know people do, they came here, they had a great time on the 4th, and they wanna book right now for next year on the 4th.
Right, and that'd probably give us a better idea if you guys
Yeah.
wanted to do the bike lane.
I wonder, I mean, you know what, I should call there, I'm gonna make a note, I'm gonna call there and see if there's a way, if I can shut off certain reservations and only open those up
Oh,
come January 1st or maybe
Sure.
March 1st, but still open up the campsites for, advanced reservations.
right.
Maybe there's a way I can do that.
Well, once we're closed, can't we open up for reservations and just start?
Yeah, but what she's saying is that, it's July 4th, people are like, cause we thought that this weekend we were camping and we thought we should book right away for next year.
Right.
And most places will let you do that.
Right.
I don't have the software open for next year, everything is closed because I'm not sure how to handle the ball field and their schedule, which they don't give me until the year that we're in.
And they don't know when they're gonna have the
So,
show.
as long as I'm working with
It's
other
normally,
people.
sorry, normally Mother's Day weekend, that's what they shoot for, but don't quote.
Right, yeah, this is youth baseball, the campground fills up for, I mean, it's not like it's bad, the campground always fills up
Oh,
for
no, no.
tournaments, but it's just,
I know what you're saying, you don't
Yeah.
want that.
right, but maybe if I can shut off just one, like if I can just shut the Steve Stubbers Pavilion off and not include that in the advanced reservations, I'll work on that.
I have a question for you on the internet again. Roberta Davis with the Inventor came to the Business Association, and she was talking about a new, internet, it was called Starlink. Is
Yeah.
that something that would be possible?
It'd never be able to handle that
Oh.
traffic full satellite.
But if that's something that's maybe progressing, and if you waited till next year for internet, maybe that would help.
I don't know, you'd be probably looking at 10 years before satellite could handle that kind of traffic.
So we just wanna,
Table it.
Table it.
Table it till the fall, find out.
Let's take it to
our
finance,
budget, we
finance
table it
and
till the
work
fall
on it for
and
the
find
budget
out.
for 2022.
And we'll go from there.
Finance.
okay. New business, discuss, consider Merida County Fair Board request no parking signs to be posted on Fairgrounds Road and Cedar Street, action if any. This is usually done every year.
We do it every year. I make the motion that we put up the signs, Junior. You put them up for them.
They put 'em up.
They put them up?
They put 'em up
They
themselves.
just need for our permission to do it.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Discuss, consider Meredith County Fair Board requests sweeping off of the walkways on the grounds, action if any.
We do that every year too, right? I'll make a motion that we sweep the walkways on the ground.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Discuss, consider quote from MT Electric to upgrade all existing light fixtures and LEDs, or excuse me, 2 LEDs with motion sensors in the upper park restroom, action if any. Right now, the lights are on 24/7 and they're never shut off. And there's a bunch of older fixtures outside for outside lighting and stuff that are pretty ancient, pretty old, and to upgrade them to LED would save us money and put the bathrooms on a sensor instead of being on 24/7.
I think it's a good idea to have my, sensor. You
When
almost,
did you get this?
the entry part of it, you almost have to have on.
Yeah.
It almost has to be on a day-night sensor.
They would be.
They are,
Occupancy
that's
would
what
only
it's,
be the interior lights. The exteriors are dusk to dawn.
the exteriors are dusted on,
Okay,
and then the interiors are on sensors.
motion lights.
Motion.
Did they get those other ones? You must have got them set differently at
Yeah, I changed the setting on them.
the new building.
They had them set for 30 seconds and I reprogrammed them for 10
It's
minutes.
pretty tough when you're taking a shower.
You just need to move and not be taking a nap.
I did the park years ago at Camp Bird, and they did, showers that they have like in prisons. You walk in and you hit the button for the shower, you got 45 seconds of water and that's it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what action, if any?
I think we need it, as long as
We have a little over $12,000 in the park fund right now.
I say we go for it. Can we bang both of these in one motion, or do we have to do them separate?
Separate.
I make a motion, we accept a quote from MT Electric to upgrade the existing light fixtures to LED with motion sensors in the upper part of the restroom.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next is discuss, consider quote from MT Electric to install ceiling fans in Evergreen Park Pavilion. Action, if any. That's due to the fact that I know one or two groups that were in there that when it was hot, it was unbearable.
Did we not install enough, well, obviously we didn't install enough, but to start with, but did we have more fans on the original?
There aren't any.
We didn't have
Oh,
any-
there are none?
There's no
Oh,
fans.
I thought there
This
was.
is the outside.
We discussed
It's not
about
a
it.
closed building.
Oh,
I believe
the-
Kelly
Okay.
Stubbers made a suggestion to me when I saw her, shortly after they rented it, that it was really hot
I
in
was
there.
thinking,
It's just to move the air, because when you're sitting there, if there's no wind, if
Yeah.
there's a breeze outside, it's not fair.
I was thinking we had fans.
Well, the rear of that, I mean, if this is the new pavilion, the rear of that, there is no opening whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah.
There's nothing at all that comes in.
Before we go on, let's see, yeah, the, fans, we discussed it, but it never happened, the original
Okay, that's
construction of it.
Okay.
Right, we did discuss that, but for some reason, we opted not to do that. Okay, before I go on, this was from Kyle Strums. Good morning, Sarah, I see on the agenda tonight's meeting, there is a discussion about some electrical work being done in the pavilion in the park, installing 2 ceiling fans, and was told the estimate was $2,800. Do you have an itemized estimate for that? I'm curious as to what kind of fans we are installing in the pavilion. This seems a bit high to me and would like to see a breakdown of what we are paying for cost of fans, estimated hours, materials. I don't think it's too much to ask for a contractor quote. I hope the board will review a breakdown of the estimated, before giving the okay to proceed. I feel the board request breakdown on all quotes as to review what we are paying. I would like to see a breakdown as well as, with no longer being board. Well, first of all, it's not 2,800, it's 2,390, and there's 3 fans and not 2, and it includes, they're high quality fans, cause I asked them, Corey Rollo has a machine shop. He's put them in there since his building's been built, and they run 24/7. And he hasn't had to call back on 100 of them, I'm just telling him what was told. And it includes the breakers, conduits, and everything else. But it's,
And these are rated for outdoor use, correct?
well, they're indoors.
They're under the roof.
They're
They're
gonna be,
outdoor.
they're gonna be in the enclosed areas of the.
They're not gonna be
not
out
in
under the
open
picnic
area.
tables,
Oh,
just in the kitchen,
I see,
and then
okay.
in the serving room where the nest
In
goes
the
and
2
all
areas
that.
that are enclosed with.
Oh,
They're
that
not
is
gonna be in the.
That's how they are.
One in the kitchen, 2 in the serving area.
The serving area is only 18.
We can go with 2.
I think we went 3 due to the fact all the nest goes and all that heat. Junior and I suggested we go with 3, that's why there's 3 there. So, that's
It
why
just
there's
seems
3.
like it's not a very big area to have 2 fans. unless they're pretty powerful.
Oh, I don't have any problem with fence, but I think we should be able to ask and get itemized things, so if nothing else, just not show Kyle, but to
Well,
see
yeah.
exactly
Well,
what's
we can,
really there.
what we can do is we can request if we're gonna get any quotes from Mike, cause we use Mike, he's good.
Yeah,
If he could give us a breakdown, an itemized quote, and I'm sure Mike will.
Oh,
yeah.
he's probably, he already has it, I think.
Sure.
he's done work for us in the past.
Yes, and that's, it's always got a figure, right? I mean, most,
Right.
nowadays they quote a little different, and people figure, okay, we're doing this thing costs this X amount of dollars, we're doing this, and X amount of dollars, we're doing that. And then, but it still comes out.
Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah, he's, well, the quote is gonna be, you know, he already has to do that in order to bid the job, so he already has that done.
Right, yeah. And I'm sure if we.
Attach it with.
I'm sure Mike have.
Yeah, and he shows up and he's there and he'll, you know, there's other guys who can't get an answer back. Anyway, so it's up to the board what you want to do.
I make a motion that we accept the quote from MT Lighting and have install ceiling fans in the park pavilion for $23.90.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Discuss, consider approval to open a line of credit with SNBT in the amount of $456,708 for the former SNBT building repurposing project. Action effect.
This is already approved by Stevenson National Bank. If for some reason the county board does not go with the administrative committee's recommendation to give us the $500,000, or I'm rounding, obviously, it's $456,708, then we will need to take a line of credit out, at SMBT, and we'll have to fund this ourselves. So, this line of credit approved.
So we need it moved now.
Do we need it approved or we wanna wait
No,
until?
we need it approved right away, because the only way to request the increased grant funds, see, we got $885 from CDBG, and
Oh, we
we are
gotta show.
asking for
We gotta
the
show.
full million. So we have to show that we have the money to cover our end of the.
We're increasing from 800, whatever, to 1,000,000. Okay, I understand, yeah. We need a,
I'll make a motion to, open line of credit with SNBT for the amount of $456,708 for the former SNBT building repurposing project.
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Is there,
So that would be the case if we need it then, so.
yeah, I'm really hoping that that is just a formality, and we are not gonna have to do some time with that. Just in case, we're gonna get it done.
A, discuss, consider award propane bid action phase.
You got 2 bids?
This is my only thing.
But we didn't look at it.
I don't have a letter opener, sorry.
First bid is from Country Visions. Okay. This is, we'd like to thank you for your opportunity to bid on the propane supply needs. Price will be $1.39 or 1.399 gallons per gallon. $1.39.9. Price would be effective starting August 1st, 2021 through July 31st, 2022. Country style propane. O'Connell Falls. Okay. The contract price is $1.36.8. asked you some price in that 30 days. So country style propane was,
Does it have a time period on the end of it?
Yeah, that's what the bid says, yeah.
Same period?
It goes through April 30th, 2022, which is,
Just say we go with the lower price.
How much was that one, Pat?
136.8.
136.8 and Country Vision was
39.9,
139.9.
3 cents.
no, we went with Gasco this year. We've had Country Style for probably 8 years, and then Gasco came in and just, it was outrageously low. We beat everybody, but we just had a few issues with them up there. They're not Country Style.
This is Country Style is the 136?
Country Style is who we've had for probably 8 years.
And that's the 136.
And yeah, and Gasco outbid them this past year.
And they didn't send it.
But Gasco did not send a bid. To sign here. Yeah, somebody needs to make a motion.
We need a motion, so.
I'll make a motion, we go with the Country Style at 136.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright,
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Okay, discuss, consider, approve the First Amendment to the tower space lease agreement between the village and Wireless LLC, action if any.
This is the Cellcom tower. They are doing, I asked her to put it in layman's terms, because when she first explained it, there was all kinds of abbreviations and things I didn't understand. So basically, we're putting better stuff up there to get better reception, because apparently, this is Cellcom, inside is Cellcom, because we need to boost our service. Too many drop calls, which I'm sure if you got Cellcom, you've noticed that on big holiday weekends, and there's a lot of visitors up here, all of a sudden, your texts don't go through, your calls don't go through, you can't get the internet, you can't do anything, so Cellcom is doing something about it. In order to do that, they're putting new equipment up there, and they need this amendment to our contract is what this is. If you wanna see the plans, they're here. Anyone? Super exciting.
Is it built another tower?
No, they're just,
it's
upgrading their equipment.
Upgrading
That's already up there.
That's on our,
It's on top of the water tower.
on the water tower, they're just gonna change out the equipment to, so it can handle more traffic.
Yeah. So the amendment's very short, you guys should all have an amendment, but it's an amendment nonetheless, so we do have to approve it.
Will it cost the same money?
No,
No.
no, not us.
Not us, no.
think for us.
So we need a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the First Amendment, to the tower space lease agreement between the village and City Wireless business as Cellcom.
All in favor?
Oh, second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Discussion, review the Wausaukee Fire District's quarterly report.
Like I said earlier, I was at the fire commission meeting tonight, it was just before this meeting, and the minutes are there. If you got any questions or anything, let me know what they are. If I can't give you an answer, I'll talk with Eric and I'll get you an answer, but he had basically nothing new except for the great feedback he's got from, the parade and, the comments, and like I said, they're still participating with that, they still got a function up in Amber besides the other places that they've already went to. Like I said, just referred give them to Sarah and she'll give them to me, or I'll get them to Eric, and, I can answer your questions if you got any concerns or anything else.
And they're going to have their banquet this year.
It sounds like it. You didn't, per se, bring that up specifically, but they, unless something drastic changes between now and then, things may not.
Right, Steve?
Before we move on, can I just, maybe have Junior, somebody can check on those lights by, Main Park that shine onto Sal's murals? I don't think they still work or something, they're out, and we had talked about this once before, last year or something. And Junior was gonna look at changing those lights or getting some different lights in there. But now
Looks like
Sal
they got
painted
hit
the
by
whole
the
building,
lawnmower.
I think they're even trying to get John to come and touch up those murals.
Right.
And it'd be nice to have those lights work, and the way I understand that, those are our lights.
Yeah, they are.
They are.
So I'll get a hold of the contractor and
See if we can,
see what we can do on it.
see if we can fix them or.
Yeah, I've been trying to find lights, like at Menards and stuff, to replace them myself, and I'm not having any luck, so I'm just gonna reach out to somebody and,
Well, maybe we can talk to Mike, maybe Mike can
Yeah.
find some lights for that. I just wanted to bring that up.
I think they hit my alarm, I think they were vandalized by someone.
There was that car crash there.
Yeah, they didn't go back that far to hit those.
Okay, thanks.
Additional business, discuss, consider convening to close session per state statute 19.85, parentheses 1, parentheses C, to conduct employee performance evaluation or call for action.
You need a motion to go into closed session. If there's no motion, no second, the closed session doesn't happen.
Make a motion to go into closed session per statute 19.851C. I'll second it.
And now it's roll call vote.
Roll call.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.